Hey guys, Mike Monefusco, the owner of Raw Fitness, and I'm here today to talk to you about a topic that's very near and dear to my heart, which is actually overcoming anxiety. And I'm going to particularly apply it to doing so in the context of a gym or fitness-related anxiety, which is a big deal for a lot of people who have come to us over the years for help with their fitness. So, if you get anxious about walking into a gym full of people who seem to all know what they're doing, and you think thoughts like, what if I'm doing this wrong? Or what if I look stupid? Then this video in particular is going to be for you. For those of you that aren't familiar with my story, I came out of a horrible drug addiction that ruled my world from basically 12 years old until I was 26. And it got so extreme that homelessness actually is a part of that story for me. And one of the mainline reasons that I struggled with drugs was because I was medicating the fact that I was trapped in that trap called I care what you think of me. For most of my life, this was subconscious. I didn't even realize I was doing it. But I would lean on drugs and alcohol to drown out the cares that I had. And I also struggled with what I would call performance anxiety. I was a stockbroker in New York. I injured my knee. I had to have surgery, and I started taking painkillers. And I would go to work, and I realized it broke down my worries of getting on the phone and asking clients to send me big money to manage for their accounts. I felt like it made me a better me, and it even fostered creativity. Now, neither of these situations had good outcomes, I can assure you. And I know that you may not struggle with drug addiction, but I'm going to switch gears and I'm going to talk about gym-related anxiety, but I'm going to argue from the greater to the lesser. If these principles can help me in my situation, there's a good shot they'll be helpful for you in your lesser situation as well. Now, from what I've seen, anxiety in the gym usually comes in one of four forms. Number one, the fact that I might not be able to do the movement prescribed in a class or in the gym because I'm still new or I don't think I know what I'm doing. Number two, I'm worried it might be too tough for me and I won't like the way that I feel when I'm going through the workout. For example, my heart beats faster, I feel out of breath, my muscles burn, things like that. And number three is I fear interacting with other people in a gym in a social sense. Number four, I'm not in shape and I feel like I look stupid to other people in the gym. Now, 1 and 2 are what we would call, like I mentioned, performance anxiety, and 3 or forms are social anxiety. So they line up perfectly with the two struggles that I personally dealt with. So what did I do to overcome my anxieties, and how can our members, including yourself, do the same? Here's the answer. There's 2 main points that I will make that, if implemented, will be super helpful. The first one is to realize that the common denominator in all 4 types of gym anxiety is a preoccupation with myself. I'm solely concerned with how I look or how I'll perform. Now, there does need to be a little self-awareness in order to live life. But when anxiety is ramped up, I'm actually bordering on obsession. And see, that's why the thoughts feel so intrusive. It's like an obsession, right? So I'd like to say that my problem isn't always that I think too highly of myself or too lowly of myself. It's just that I'm thinking only of myself. So to break the bondage, I would do well to focus on caring more about others and my environment than I am with my own needs. This can be done simply by greeting other people and being of service to them, giving them a smile, helping to set up or clean up if I'm in a class environment. Also recognizing that the money that I am paying is helping to keep the gym in business so others can train, and the energy I put out when I train, it actually pours into a group energy that others in the gym will actually feed off of, even though no one's ever really watching you besides the coach, if you actually pay attention to that fact. Now, the second thing I'd need to do is realize that anxiety is my attempt to control all of life's situations in my brain so that I can feel safe and protected. What if I do this? Or what if this person does that? Or what if it feels like this when I get halfway through the workout, or etc. I think you get the point. It's all about control. This is actually an easy fix Realize control is an illusion. It's unnecessary. No one's ever in control of life, so give up trying to focus on and use these two words, trust and surrender. Trust that if something negative happens, you'll ultimately be okay. You're here on this planet, you've been through worse. And then surrender to the fact that this is what you need to do for your fitness, and if it involves you being a little uncomfortable, that's not that big of a deal. Let's face it, the anxiety itself is a much more negative experience than looking bad or feeling your muscles burn a little when you work out. So anyways, I really hope that you take these concepts to heart, and I hope that you start implementing them. They are a skill, and like anything else, the more you practice them, the better you will get. Now, thanks so much for watching, and go make your comeback.